I'm standing here outside of Euston and obviously still trying to come to terms with the news that Bob Crow, the RMT leader, has died suddenly at the age of 52. The RMT offices are just round the corner from here, and it's from those offices that Bob Crow ran the union and indeed effectively ran a lot of London's transport network for the past 15 years or so. A number of people regard Bob Crow as quite a divisive figure, and I think there's an element of that. But one thing's for certain: the members who he represented from that office around the corner appreciated precisely what he did for them. His only focus was what he could deliver for his members in terms of their pay and their conditions. Now we're outside Westminster Tube, and it's no secret that Bob Crow wasn't much of a fan of the people who worked in the building behind me. Obviously he was a fierce and vocal critic of the coalition and the Conservative Mayor Boris Johnson. But it's also the case he wasn't much of a fan of the Labour Party either, if truth be told. Obviously it was Bob Crow that disaffiliated the RMT from the Labour Party. And the thing about Bob Crow is that he was essentially an industrial trade union leader rather than a political trade union leader. He was interested in improving the pay and the conditions of his members much more than he was in engaging in politics or ingratiating himself with the politicians or the political process.
District line trains will continue to serve Embankment as usual.
So finally we're here outside St James Park Tube. It's just around the corner from my old offices at TfL, where obviously Bob Crow frequently locked horns with my former colleagues. Although he had a bit of a reputation as being an industrial militant, the reality is Bob Crow's buck was much worse than his bite. Only a very small percentages of the strikes that he ever threatened actually came to pass, and again they were only ever deployed in behalf of his members. And ultimately, although Bob Crow, when he was alive, was seen in a sense to be very much a thorn in the side of TfL, and indeed a thorn in the side of Londoners, in the end, as we realise today, with his passing, he actually became a very important part of the fabric of London. And I, for one, and I know others, will miss him.